The boy was just about to do something to his sleeping cousin, Jenny, but the very next second, he realized his other cousin, Anna, was standing at the doorway, silently watching them both. The boy's name was Jack. Just yesterday, he and Anna had shared an intimate moment. Yet now, Anna didn't blame Jack. Instead, she kicked Jenny to the floor and scolded her harshly for being so careless. What Anna could never have imagined was that Jenny was the very person Jack had secretly loved all along. Originally, Jack was just a shy student, until a few years ago, when Jenny entered his life as a teacher. Jack fell for the gentle Jenny before him at first sight, but bound by his role as a student, Jack could never express his feelings. Then, earlier today, Jack's father suddenly announced he was remarrying, and the other party's children turned out to be Jenny and Anna. In an instant, Jack was overwhelmed with complicated emotions, but when he spoke with Jenny face to face, Jack felt an indescribable happiness. Just as Jack was about to go to the bathroom, Anna suddenly stopped him. She said she didn't want to tear apart their newly formed family, and hoped Jack could forget what had happened between them. But Jack chose to remain silent. So, later that evening, Jack witnessed Jenny on the phone with what seemed to be a boyfriend. And just as Jenny was preparing to leave for the meeting, her face was filled with a sorrowful expression. Yet when Jenny returned later, facing Jack's words of concern, she looked utterly exhausted, her body trembling uncontrollably. But Jack didn't notice that Anna behind him was watching this scene without a word. Then, on the following night, as Jack was walking down the street with a classmate, he unexpectedly saw Jenny talking with a man. It was then that Jack understood Jenny's current situation. So, after returning home, Jack took the initiative to go to Jenny's room and asked if she wasn't involved with a married man, was she? But at this moment, Jenny still tried to brush off the topic. However, after Jack said, "That man promised to marry you as soon as he got divorced, didn't he?" Jenny suddenly smiled and told Jack, "Kids shouldn't talk about grown-up matters." But just as Jenny tried to push Jack out of the room, Jack suddenly kissed her, and Jenny didn't choose to resist. As the atmosphere in the room grew more and more charged, Jenny, the teacher, ultimately pushed her student, Jack, down. Yet at that very moment, she saw the tremor in Jack's eyes.